Will big data influence future election campaigns? Thank you for joining us for another Bank of Cardiff newscast. With the outcome of the recent British parliamentary elections confounding the pollsters who were predicting another coalition government, it seems as if the floating voter is having a bigger influence on elections than ever before. A pre-election poll showed that around 40% of Brits were undecided right up to the big day. So, how are political parties trying to secure their share of the floaters? Over the course of his two successful presidential election campaigns, President Obama invested heavily in digital broadcasting in order to target voters more personally and more effectively with impressive results. And yet, although British political parties were apparently embracing the social media platforms in a bid to replicate Obama's success, they were disappointingly timid in their approach, often falling back on bog-standard Facebook updates as their interaction of choice. With social media technology becoming ever more granular in its reach, how then could political parties use the digital platform to create a more personalized experience for potential voters in the future? Well, it's all about getting the don't knows on your side. Once upon a time, it was impossible to pick out the undecided amid millions of potential voters. Now, thanks to the availability of big data, the don't knows can be pinpointed and targeted with laser precision. Programs are being created specifically to help political parties to deliver their message in smarter ways. For instance, Nation Builder is a web-based campaign management tool that can be integrated with a party's membership system to better profile and engage individuals by understanding more about their online preferences. With smarter tools, parties would be able to decode cues such as newspaper preferences, location, age, and keywords to work out which floaters were most likely to identify with their policies and decide what type of communication might be the most relevant and persuasive in each case. It's the manipulation of group dynamics that perhaps has the biggest potential to influence voting behavior, though, using advocates from people's own social groups to call them to action at the hustings. Obama used this strategy with great success in his last election campaign, encouraging left-leaning young Jewish people to persuade their grandparents to vote Democrat in Florida. The real power of using data in this way, however, isn't so that political parties can use sneaky digital tactics to inveigle unsuspecting citizens into voting their way. It could actually be more about engaging with the electorate on a deeper level to understand their concerns and respond to society's evolving needs. Politicians are often accused of being disconnected from the voting public. By putting more effort into listening harder, could we end up with political parties that not only appeal to the populace on a more fundamental level, but that would serve their needs more effectively too? Join us later this week for another Bank of Cardiff newscast. And remember that all our newscasts are available on our website, bankofcardiff.com/newscasts.